We're back here on Good Morning Lake Martin, about 15 past the hour here with Roger Olsen and of course Doug Roberts with us. A lot of things we were talking about off air that we want to touch on. There's a there's a conference coming up that you have. Let's talk about that just a little bit.
Okay, and just before I mention that,
sure.
I'd also like to mention my book. Again, The Dishes Under the Sink in the Garbage Bag. This is my story written in book form. This book is free. You don't have to pay a penny to get it. And there are some copies here at the television station. So if you're going down 22 Tallapoosa Street and you see the station, you know, pop in and grab you a copy. But this is my story, which is available for anyone that would like a copy. And you can also call our main office in Montgomery, at the Alabama Council on Compulsive Gambling. When they answer, just say, hey, I saw Roger Olsen on Good Morning Lake Martin. I'd like a copy of his book. And in the next segment, I'll be talking about one of the stories in here. Yeah, let's talk about the conference.
Yes. This conference, explain exactly what happened.
Sure. One of our biggest jobs here in Alabama is to train helping professionals to be able to treat problem gamblers. And so every year, in addition to the trainings that we do year-round, every year we host a conference. And this will be our third annual conference. It's July 7th and 8th, the week of July 4th, obviously. And so the title of the conference this year is Gaining Independence Through Recovery.
There you go.
You know, when you're in your recovery, it's like having a ball and chain attached to your foot.
Oh boy.
Okay? Yeah. Get the independence. And so we're going to be talking to clinicians and empowering them with the tools to help their clients learn to be independent outside of that addiction. It's going to be held at the Wind Creek Hotel and Casino in Atmore. That's exit 57 off of Interstate 65 South. Now, the hotel has an entire conference center there. So we've got meeting rooms, banquet facilities, the hotel where we can stay, and that is all completely away from the casino, okay? Now,
probably a good thing.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you that. When you think about it, does it ever make you go like this? When you say, we're having our compulsive gambling conference at the casino.
Is this testing
things that make you go,
We always have a sign in out there, and as the patrons walk by, they'll look at the sign for a minute and go, oh, problem gambling. No, that ain't for me. Yeah, I'm good. But when you think about it, and the Porch Creek Indians, if it wasn't for the band of Porch Creek Indians, there would not be an Alabama Council on Compulsive Gambling. They gave us and continue to give us year after year the seed money to be able to keep our doors open and do what we do. They recognize that they have a social responsibility to make sure that if someone has a problem with gambling, that there is going to be help available for that help. And so that's why they open their doors and they say, yeah, bring the clinicians over, we'll host the conference for you, and it's a wonderful thing. The cost, it's a 2-day event, as I mentioned. The cost is $60, and for LPCs, ALCs, social workers, you can get 10 contact hours by attending the conference. And it's all based on problem gambling. There's an appreciation banquet on Thursday night. There's also breakfast and lunch on Friday. The guest presenter, Steve and Doug, is going to be Miss Janet Miller. Now, Janet is the former director of what's called CORE, the Center of Recovery in Louisiana, which is a problem gambling specific inpatient facility. Now she is the director of the Louisiana Association on Problem Gambler. Janet's an excellent presenter. She's done hundreds of these presentations. She was one of the presenters at our last conference. The evaluation forms that came in were just absolutely shining. I mean, everybody said, yeah, have this person back. And we asked her last year, and she said, yeah, I'll come back. And we said, you know what, Janet, they loved you. Let's just have you do the 10 hours this year. And also, what we require of our helping professionals to become certified, Alabama certified gambling counselors, is to have 30 hours of gambling specific training. So by attending the conference, This fulfills part of that 10 hours.
A third of it right there.
Yeah, and I've got 3 clinicians that will actually be graduating at the end of the conference, and be able to go out there and help problem gamblers. One of them's from Huntsville, by the way.
Yeah, and we have one right in town.
You sure do.
We actually have one of your certified clinicians, Annette Bohannon.
Yep.
Who she's actually a tenant and has an office in my building on Church Street right here in Alexander City.
Right here, yeah.
And what are some of the certifications that she has, for example, she's been trained?
Well, maybe
she is a licensed professional counselor.
Okay.
And so that automatically opens the door for her to be able to take referrals off of the 211 program.
Gotcha.
So that if you call and you say, I'm from Alexander City, I'm looking for a counselor, I need help, then automatically we would refer them to Annette. Yeah. So if you're looking for an event to be part of, if you're any kind of helping professional, lawyers, doctors, clergy, this is the event to attend. The Alabama Council on Compulsive Gambling, our 3rd annual conference. It'll be in Atmore on July 7th and 8th. The cost to attend is $60. That covers everything. And again, if the contact hours apply, you'll get 10 contact hours, but you must attend the entire conference.
Let me ask you this question. And again, I don't mean anything harsh toward the Porch Creek Indians, because obviously they're doing what they feel like they need to do. After all, I mean, the gambling is part of how they make their living. And their money, and a lot of it in most cases. But it's almost like the notice we talked about on the side of a pack of cigarettes.
Sure.
Are they really serious about? And again, I'm asking: are they serious about helping people?
Oh, absolutely.
I guess you've met with them.
Absolutely, and they have a wonderful self-exclusion program. If you've got a problem, and as part of the harm reduction that our clinicians will incorporate for their clients, they'll say, okay, if your poison is the casino, because that's not the only form of gambling here in the state, then you need to go down to one of the 3 casinos, and you need to be self-banned. And what that basically means is you are giving the casino permission to arrest you if they see you in the casino again.
Wow, that's pretty serious.
If you're able to sneak past security and you're able to play and you win a jackpot, and that's $1,200 or more, okay? Well, they always ask for your license because they're going to hold taxes out, okay? And when they punch that number into the computer and you're self-excluded, there's a skull and crossbones that come up on that computer, and they go out and say, I'm sorry, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones, we can't give you this jackpot. You're self-excluded. And so
that's sort of like having the swear jar at the house.
Yeah,
big old swear jar. I haven't heard of that in a while.
Every time you swear, you got to put $1 in it. If you say something negative or
that's
whatever.
Right.
So actually, that's an impressive program.
It is.
Absolutely.
They're willing to help you help yourself.
That's it. Because that's right. Because they don't want people coming in there that have a problem. Just like if you go down to the bar, Tony the bartender doesn't want people coming in and drinking so much in excess that they're going to go out and they're going to accidentally kill somebody because they're driving under the influence.
Keys.
Yeah.
So you tell Tony, hey,
you've had enough, buddy.
That's it.
You're done.
Yeah. And there are also people that they ban from the casino because they recognize that the people have
There's a pattern.
Problem. Absolutely.
I'm sure they are trained to recognize those patterns.
95. Oh yes. Okay. Yeah. 95% of the people are there for fun and entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to take $100 when it's gone. They're going to go eat the buffet, spend the night, and go home.
Yeah. And then there's that 5% where it's a problem.
Like Roger.
Yeah, just like me. Absolutely, Steve.
You can't stop at that 100.
Nope. No. You can't stop at that 100. Nope.
Well, let me ask you this. In the event, we got other things to talk about first, so I'm going to get this question in. In the event somebody called you, what is your, and I don't want to take away from what you do in your office, but basically, what is your first bit of advice to them? What somebody says, Mr. Olsen, I know I have a problem.
Yep.
What do I do?
One of the first things that I say to a problem gambler is, who in your family can temporarily take over the management of the money?
I got you.
Because money is the drug of choice.
You need to let go of that.
Yeah. Who can, and there's a lot of people that they don't want to do, oh man, I work for my job, I work for my money.
Yeah.
Well, how's that been working out for you?
Yeah.
And to say to them, it doesn't have to be this way forever, okay? I've got some money in my wallet this morning. That's a privilege.
Yeah.
That is a privilege of recovery. And I guarantee you that if my wife says, go put gas in the car, I better have a receipt if she says, oh, can I see the receipt for that gas?
Accountability.
Because of the accountability.
There it is.
So the first thing that a problem gambler should do before ever getting to a counseling or to a meeting is to relinquish control of that money to someone who is a non-gambler, so that person then can make sure that money is not going to be spent on gambling.
Right.
And when I say money, I'm talking about the paycheck, the credit cards, the player's card, which they get for all their perks, and that's a difficult thing for someone to do because they don't want to give up.
And you hope that they don't take your money and start day trading or something like
Well, yeah.
Unless they're really good at it.
That's right. There has to be a clear understanding
Yeah.
that, okay, now you're the person now that's going to be the trustee for a while, and you're not to take the money and then say, oh, now I can get that Gucci bag I've been wanting,
$800 purse.
$800 new wheels for the car, yeah.
Let's take a break and we'll come back. This is Good Morning Lake Martin.